the importance of hand size because sometimes people talk and they have their hands behind their back. They have no. Your hands are important.
You
You
know,
got to use your
it's
hands.
crazy to think about it because in Venezuela, hold up, let me put mine in my hat too.
The
So,
triangle of power, but it's not the triangle of like I want to take over you. It's just like I'm confident. I'm
right. No,
here.
of
You
course, it's
know.
like it's more of a, oh, I'm listening to you. But in Venezuela, body posture is the first thing that they teach you. Like since you're in freaking third grade, when you're doing expositions, that
Yeah.
like you have to like face forward and sit, and like the way you like posture yourself that matters. But anyways, before we continue talking about hand postures, I'm here with.
Henry Gallardo from Barrio Athletics.
That's right. We're here interviewing entrepreneur, CEO of Barrio Athletics, the man that inspired me to move on forward with one of my dreams because he's doing one of his. Henry, tell us a little bit about you.
A little bit about me. My parents immigrated to the United States from Guatemala, like in the late '90s. They had me here in South Central LA. I was born and raised. I was a good kid. Went to elementary school, obviously got good grades. Went to middle school, got good grades. Went to track and field at Santee, and I ran here for 4 years. And that's when I found my passion in running. And I got good grades, went to UCLA, graduated from there, and then now I'm back in my neighborhood. And I said, you know what? Let's make a change. There's no fitness brand here in the hood, so why don't we make one? And that's why we made Barrio Athletics. And I've been doing it for a year. Started with 0 followers. Now we're already at 8.5K. So this is only the start, and we're just trying to make an impact out here in the community.
It's crazy because the more you say it, the more surreal it sounds. Like, did you picture this when we were graduating? Like, remember we were there, right?
We used to run track together.
Yeah, no, we were used to run
Yeah.
track together. There's something that I'm still salty about. It's just him beating me on the 1600. I should have won that race, but he said, "You know what? F it. It's gonna be the best season of my life," and it was. So it was great. I'm very happy, but I was still salty. Not gonna lie. Now, there's something that always like stays in the back of my mind, and it's like your reach, man. Since you can, I remember the first time I saw you during the what's it called, the homecoming thing. What was the name of it? You
The
know?
homecoming where they have all the students in the bleachers in
Yeah,
the football field.
yeah, that type of thing. And then this dude just shows up and shows out on onto like the field. It's just like, oh, looks like a freaking like you would notice him from so far away that it was crazy. And I remember I was talking to the people that I barely met at the time. I was like, "Who's that guy? How does he have so much energy?" And it was insane, you know. So, in terms of energy and being energetic, right now, I would say you're one of the most. Oh, let's walk fast. So this
Let's
car
walk
can
fast. We're
pass.
gonna get ran. Oh,
Yeah. Right now, you're one of the most athletics slash like entertaining persons that I know. Right.
thank you.
I mean, it's crazy to think about it. Like, if I'm gonna leave his Instagram down below, but it's crazy. The more I think about how much energy you have, how do you do it? Like, how do you keep up with yourself? To say in a way,
Doing hi.
how you doing? How you doing?
Um, like energy wise, like how do I keep my energy on high?
Yeah, I
I,
guess it's like since I met you today, like
yeah.
you're well since we saw each other today, it's just like boom, 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 just going at it. I'm like, all right, okay, let me try to keep up with him.
I think I've been trying to do a good job at that too, like my energy, because energy is everything, right? And I think like right now, how you said, I'm like boom, boom, boom. Sometimes I'm trying to like fix that, you know. And I try to kind of like be a chameleon. Like when you talk to people, you don't talk to your mom like you talk to your friend. You don't talk to your friend like you talk to your uncle, or you don't talk to your uncle like you talk to like your boss, you know.
All right,
So it's like changing the way you are. It's not like being fake. It's just like understanding that other people matter too, you know.
right.
Like let's just say my girlfriend's going through a bad day. I'm not gonna be high energy and be like, "Hey, yo, what's up? Remember, I did such an amazing things today." No, I'm gonna go to her level and be like, "Hey, how's it going today, baby? Like, how's everything?"
I
She's like,
mean,
"Oh, I'm not going good." And that's what I'm trying to learn. It's like trying to match people's energy and reading the social cues, and that's everything, you
right.
know. Because honestly, like you could do so much when you work with people and when you know how to work with people, and that's key, you know. Instead of just making it about yourself and be like, oh, high energy, boom, 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 boom. I'm trying to be better at that, like trying to like you know.
Yeah, and I mean
Yeah.
that's something that happened to me a lot while I was like in my house. Cause don't get me wrong, like I've recorded myself for like hours just talking to the mic, and then before I got here, I was like, because my questions or my ideas come mainly when I'm driving, so I
Mhm.
record myself and I listen to it, and I'm like, oh fuck. Like it sucks, you know. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about like the other person. And then eventually will like conjoin the ideas. But it's more, but it's true. It's never like, oh, this is my energy and this is how it is. It's more like, all right, let's level up to what we have around us. Talking about leveling up, it's it's something I would even say magical. I don't know if or it's statistical. You know, if you think about it, when you, well, at least people from South Central LA, when you leave high school or even achieving a high school diploma, for a lot of people, it's like a huge success. Success. I remember when I was in Venezuela, I was like, no, I had to get the diploma. I wasn't like, oh, successful is when you go to college. But over here, it's like a major success. And you not only got your high school diploma, you got your college diploma,
Hmm.
your bachelor in.
And political science from UCLA.
So, and it's UCLA. So that's crazy to think about. And nowadays, it's more like, do you think you are like steps wise? Do you feel like you make the right steps? Would you make the same steps as you were before, or would you like try to change a couple things? What would you tell your younger self in that sense?
What would I tell my younger self is I think when you ask that question, I go immediately to an experience I had in college. That in college, when I just went to college, like I was like super popular in high school, right? And going, and I knew everybody. I loved high school. High school
Yeah.
was amazing. I met so many wonderful people there.
Right.
And going into college, where college is like a big thing,
Yeah.
and you don't really know nobody.
Right.
So it's like, oh, you feel like a loner. Like you're like, who do I even talk to? Like
Right.
there's no
Right.
people that look like me or talk like me. So
Right.
I wish like if I could go back to college, like I would just not have fear. I would just talk to people,
Right.
and I wouldn't be afraid. Like just go out there and tell them who you are, like be authentic.
Right. I mean, and that's something that like just screams you. Like you were authentic from the first time we met. Like it was crazy. Just whenever I go back and think of it, it's like there wasn't a moment where it's like, oh, this guy's just a sellout. This guy's just like doing it, just doing it to make friends. He's just like, oh, this guy is just. There wasn't ever a moment where I thought something negative. Let's turn this way.
Yeah, let's do
Here,
it. Yeah.
let's switch camera
Hey.
angle. There you go. So like that, I could relax the other arm, because I'm holding a tripod
Oh,
right
and
now.
just I'm sorry to cut you off, bro, but like right there, if you look, that's where my parents met in the lavanderia right there, bro.
Whoa, right here. That's
Yeah,
right.
so that's where my parents met. So if it wasn't for the lavanderia, bro,
You
none
want
of
to be
this
here?
would be possible. If you see the back of my hoodie, bro, you see the coordinates. Could you see the coordinates, like the little
Let's see.
numbers?
Let's see. Maybe I'll have to flip the camera. I'll make sure. I don't know. I don't know if it could be seen because the
Like
camera is
that.
the other way. So
Like this.
there you go. That's it like that. Sit like that. There you go. Maybe I'll have to flip the camera,
So,
but don't worry about it. Huh? Keep
so,
this.
so basically, those coordinates are right here.
I didn't know
So if
that.
you follow the coordinates on Apple Maps, it'll be right here.
Wait,
'Cause
let me
this is
see
where
the cord. Let me
my
see the
parents
coordinates.
met.
Hold up.
The coordinates right there.
The sign, yeah, 34.02359. And that's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Why coordinates? Why didn't
Because
you just
it's
put the
specific
address?
location. Because like address is cool, but like coordinates is like super specific.
The coord
And I
like
feel like with
address is
everything you do, you gotta be intentional. You gotta be super specific.
right, and an address is cool, but coordinates are better.
Exactly, man. That's cooler.
So, I had a couple questions set up for you here. I had it in a notebook.
You want me to hold this?
Could you?
Yeah.
Thank you. Lovely. There we go. We're switching roles real quick. Yeah, have fun with it, man.
Oh, and this is where this was my mom's first apartment.
It is?
This is where when she barely came to the United States, this is where she lived in that back house right there.
I promise you, when I told you let's turn this street, I was like, oh, I just didn't want to go down all the way.
Right here, if you see this pole right here? My mom crashed into that pole and it still has that dent.
Where's the dent? This?
No, this one. It's crazy, bro. Like, it's insane. Everything's full circle.
That's okay. Okay, so I just reviewed
She was learning how to drive. She crashed into that shit.
What?
And she's like, hijo. When we were walking in one time, she's like, hijo, mira, ahí es donde choqué. And then I'm like, wait, what? Y ahí es donde conocí tu padre.
Oh, that's when things got serious.
Yeah. What you were saying?
We were talking about like social media, be out there and be authentic, right? When did you realize that your level of authenticity for athletics started? When did you feel like, oh, this is the moment, like this is something I want to pursue for the rest of my life? Because you were very athletic coming into high school already. You were a part of the football team. I mean, I wasn't born here when I got here, when like the same time you started high school, but I don't know what's the background in terms of, oh, like, did you choose to do football at Santee because they recruited you in middle school, or did you know you want to do football so you reached out to Santee? How was the whole athletic process, or and the decisions that you had to make to become an athlete?
Yeah. So when I was like a kid, like my dad, he used to put me in Sunday league. You know, I was like a chubby little kid,
Mm,
and he used to put me like I was like in a Sunday league playing soccer,
mm,
and I was never really that good. You know,
mm.
but I was like, no, I want to be good. You know, like I always had this idea when I was a kid. Like I'm gonna be in the United States soccer team, and we're gonna go to the World Cup, and we're gonna win it. You know?
I had no idea you thought of that.
Yeah,
That's insane.
like that's where I thought I was like a kid. I wanted to be a soccer player. Like I was always like really into sports, and I'm like, yeah, that's what I want to be, you know. And ever since like those days, like I was just kind of been interested in sports, and I think after that, like I think I did football in middle school, and I think I kind of did football because it was like the cool sport, you know.
I mean,
Yeah, like like if you were in football and then you were like you're fast and you're good, like you were like you were cool. So in middle school, I just wanted to be cool, you know.
right.
Like I remember going into middle school, like I used to wear tidy whities in freaking elementary school, and bro, like my dad, he never allowed me to wear boxer briefs, so I
Okay.
had to steal a pair from Walmart. Cause I'm like, bro, I'm not gonna go to freaking middle school and go to the changing room and people are gonna think I have tidy whities, bro. They're gonna bully me, dude. You know.
Yeah.
So I want boxer briefs, and then
You said
I stole them, and then I wore them the next day, bro.
it's okay, bro.
And I just wanted to be cool, you know. Like I just wanted to like fit in. I think that's a lot of middle schoolers think. Like you
I
just want to
mean,
fit in, you know.
when you're a teenager, like that's a lot. That's a lot. Like when you're like, especially nowadays, like where I see kids falling more into trends that are like changing a lot. Like a lot of the taboos from back then,
Yeah.
like are turning to normal things now. Especially like I remember our coach, well at least Rodriguez, he was like he
Uh-huh.
never let us wear glasses. He never let us like play music while we were running. He never let us. We never had an Instagram page or anything like that. I
Mhm.
guess also because we didn't think of it. But it's crazy to see how much things have changed and how much kids are not just trying to fit in, but they're like more comfortable with that social media reach, if that makes sense. Like
Mhm.
back then, you were trying to fit in for like
With like the kids, you know.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But today it's more like everybody kind of fits into like within their own clique and like stuff, you know.
Mhm.
And talking about cliques, you ah shit, there we go. My bad.
That's good. That's good.
um, I see the reach that you have, or I've noticed the reach that you had since we were in high school. Like our senior year, you well, I don't know why you were not prom king. However, shout out to
I
Rashid.
was.
No, you weren't.
I was.
Rashid was the king.
Oh
From
shit! I was the prince.
yeah, you see, yeah, I told you.
I was a level below.
I mean, that's
That's
okay,
funny.
but
What you're saying though?
it's crazy because your reach was already huge, but now you have a team behind you. Like you have your well, you manage your own social media, but you have photographers, you have videographers, you have website designers, you have models for athletes,
Hmm.
and you're also collabing with these many brands. How does it feel to have such a wide reach? How do you like? Have you ever processed that? Because I know that for you to sit in the moment and say, "Oh man, I'm like doing this," you're like, I know you like to just, okay, I did something, boom, going on to the next. I remember we talked about that. But sitting down right now that we have time, have you give yourself any flowers in terms of that sense? Because this is fucking insane, man. You have a team within a year. Like I don't know if you realize it, but not a lot of people does it.
Nah, I see. I see. So I think how I could answer that question is that you said like how I have a reach, you know, and like how do I feel about that?
Let's turn right here.
Is is that it's yeah, it's a privilege, you know, to be in the position I'm in,
Okay.
and I also understand that the reason why we're able to achieve so much, you know, with Barrio Athletics is because there is a team, you know.
Right.
It's because it isn't just me, you know.
Right.
It is a bunch of people, and I'm probably not gonna like say it correctly, but I'm gonna try anyways. Like, there's a bunch of people that are in the team, you know. From photographers, I have my boy Slick Cat Drew, that's my cousin. L2 Raw, Anthony. I have Itzo that shot like one of the first photography for Barrio Athletics when we had like around 500 followers. I had a bunch of models like Abby. I had a bunch of people that I reached out to or they reached out to me and we just collaborate on something in order to make something beautiful. The website designer who created the website, that wasn't me, that was Rafael. Like, who made the short film for Barrio Athletics, that wasn't me. Yes, I helped, but that was Cheap Chepe. That was my boy Chepe. And the boy that I did the run club with, it wouldn't be possible without Luis. And the people that pulled up to sell coffee that one time, that was Sergio. All the way from Paris, California. And the people that got the permits, bro, I think that's the homie from the city, bro. Like, like Barrio Athletics is, yes, like, it started as my idea, and I created it, but it wouldn't be what it is now without all the support from all these other people, bro, and all
Right.
these other friends, I would say.
Right, and then
And it's like, when I started to think, is like, you could achieve much more when you work with others than just doing it yourself. I remember I was sitting in the desk, I was like trying to make a website, and I'm like, bro, I suck at making websites. I swear I do. I don't know a thing. I don't know a thing or two about making websites. So it's crazy. Then I thought, I'm like, oh, I met a homie at the gym, and he told me he makes websites. I'm gonna hit that fool up. Met up at a cafe and made it.
yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Whatever you think about it, it's like it's crazy the lack of the lack of opportunities that we've missed, because it's like all of this could have happened a while ago. Oh, that's sick. This guy with his puppy. Check it out. Oh, that's sick. Yo, yo,
Puppy,
yo, yo,
puppy.
yo, that's sick. That's cool.
The puppy man.
Um, but it's crazy to think how much opportunities we miss because we do like so many other things, or like, or
I'm gonna
because
take my sweater off, bro. I'm
go for
sorry,
it, go for it.
but you're saying the opportunities you missed.
So hold up, I could just set up the tripod like this. Oh shit. Boom, there we go. We're gonna get people dizzy. But fuck it.
I'm getting my sweater.
I mean, it's fine. Um, cause I remember past on opportunities. Like while I was in college, I don't think I did that much, or like I reached out to as many people as I wish I did.
Uh huh.
Especially because I don't know, man. I was just like focused on other things, or like I didn't have my life set, or like, did you have your life set when you were in college? Like, did you think, oh, this is what I want to do, or you're like raw
No,
dogging everything that was happening?
I didn't have my life set because, like, in college, like, I did a lot of things. Like,
Right.
I did. You want to what?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, sure.
I'm ready.
Let me hold
Like,
it.
I did a lot of things, so I wouldn't say my life was necessarily set. Because I did a lot of things. I did smash burgers with my cousin when I was in college. We used to
Yeah.
sell at fraternity, sorority parties.
Yep, yep,
We
yep.
used to pull up to like functions in East LA just
Yep,
selling
yep,
smash
yep.
burgers. And I was even a lead singer for a band called the Ghetto Fools when I was in
I remember.
college.
That was sick.
We
That was
used to
sick.
like perform for like backyard shows, like for like 40 people in South Central LA. Then we got like recruited to go perform at a mercado that was like 1,000 or so people. We performed for that many people. And that was crazy. And I used to wash cars and like work with cars in Fontana, California with my cousin,
That's
all
sick.
at the same time.
And
You
then
know, and I learned a lot from those many things that I did, and I wouldn't be in the position I'm in if it wasn't for that. So I
right,
did a bunch of things. So I was not necessarily set in college, and I wouldn't say I'm necessarily set right now because you just never know what's the next move.
right.
Like, we did run clubs. I never thought I was gonna have a hiking meetup with the community, and
Yeah,
now that's what we're working on with IE
yeah,
Girls
yep, yep,
Hiking Club.
yep,
And
yep, yep.
I don't know what's next.
It's,
So,
but I mean, but it's also not a guessing game.
oh no, now it
it's
isn't.
it's not a guessing game. It's like you decide, you do this, you have some control over it, but at the same time, you're like, at some point, maybe I don't know, a biking club could hit you up, and then boom, you
Mhm.
do a biking club. At some point, a swimming club hit you up, and then you
Mhm.
maybe do a swimming club, like something like that, where like you could choose, you could pick and choose what's gonna come next, but at the same time, you don't know if that makes sense, right?
Yeah. Well, you now it comes to a point where there's a lot of people reaching out. When you have a brand, a lot of people are gonna reach out. Let's just say you have a brand and you have a certain amount of followers. Like, you're a little known. There's
Yeah,
gonna be people reaching out to you like, oh, let's do this, let's do that, let's collab on this, let's collab to that.
right.
And a lot of times, a lot of distractions are dressed as opportunities.
Yeah,
Not saying that everyone like that f everyone. No, it's not that. It's just kind of like, you got to understand that you have a specific goal in mind, and that sometimes collaborating with such some people isn't necessarily
A
you
good
know,
thing.
a good thing for what you're trying to do, and that's nothing bad, you know. Like
Right.
you don't have to do everything, you know.
You wanna turn
Yeah,
on
you could
this
go
street
here.
or the other street? Cause I'm
Or you
like,
could go on the next street.
yeah, so I'm like, I don't know which one has
Yeah,
more shade, though, but it's true. I'm hot. I'm now. I usually don't wear shirts over my
yeah,
like under my sweater. So right now I just have the sweater and the shirt on top, which is kind of ridiculous. But I just thought it would match. I don't know. Oh.
yeah. But
And it's true. I mean,
like you got to be able to say no to some things,
yeah,
and out of total respect, you know, like I appreciate it, but right now we can't, you know.
right,
And there's some things that you got to say yes to, and
right.
there's some things that you say yes to, and then it doesn't end up going the way you want to. But sometimes you need those failures. Oh my bad, you need those failures in order to learn, like for the next time.
Right. I mean, I was looking at it on one of the podcasts that I do the most. By the way, I'm sorry. This is like cutting it out for a moment. I'm freaking out, and I want to make sure this thing is recording. So I'm gonna stop this video, and then I'll just like kind of match it up. So let's stop this for now because I want to see if this thing is sounding
Okay,
good.
okay,
Okay.
okay, okay.
All right, we're back. My bad. I just it's recording well. It's
Take a shot of the
oh what
healthy
is
drinks.
oh what is
We got that healthy drink spot.
oh that's what's up, bro. Hey,
It's
yo, we
crazy.
gotta come check it out one of these days.
That's
That's where they do the
insane.
Zumba classes, bro.
For
Have you
real,
ever
dude.
done Zumba?
I did. I
You did?
remember. Yeah, there was. Remember the karate place I was by my house. That used to be
That was?
a Zumba spot. Yeah.
What?
And my tias used to come like all the way from the valley to come to Zumba here.
No, you're joking.
And I was like a
From the
kid.
valley though?
Yeah, it was all girls. I was like a little boy. So I was like, fuck, I'll do Zumba. So I was just doing Zumba with everybody else.
That's crazy, man. All right. I mean, that's dope though. I ain't gonna lie. I remember I tried doing that with my sister when I was a little kid too. And I was like, yeah, no, I ain't got no rhythm. So I had to like.
But now you don't got no rhythm, but now you got airflow.
Yeah, now I got airflow. Now I got airflow. That's true. Oh, yeah. This is. I mean, to me, this is iconic. You know, there's kids right there.
You want to
So
make a left? There's
yeah,
speed there.
yeah, we'll make a left and we'll go to the other side. I'm not gonna put. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna put too much of the like of the track right now because there's kids. So you know, I don't want to look weird. That's one of the things that kind of stopped me too from like recording outside. Cause like every now and then, every day, like people have like or they say things or say or do certain stuff that just seem wrong. But I'm like, no, bro, I'm just like trying to live my life. I'm just I have the right to be out and like record. Like I'm not,
Yeah.
like I'm just talking, not doing anything bad to anybody. Like if I was doing something bad, then it'll make sense. I'm not doing anything bad to nobody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I'm telling you, bro. Sometimes, like, even when you think you're doing good, people are still gonna hate, bro.
Yeah, and that's it. Like that's
Yeah.
how do you shade it? Like, have you gotten any of those?
Look,
Let's talk about both. I want first is do the negative, and then we'll talk about the positive. Like,
sometimes
w-
sometimes all an angry customer wants is a compassionate listener.
oh, I
That's
like
it,
that.
bro.
What book did you get that from?
From How to Win Friends and Influence People by
That's
Dale
beautiful.
Carnegie.
That's beautiful. That's the one you're reading right now, right? I
Dude,
saw it in your
there's
car.
someone that was hating on the comments, bro, and then I'm like, I hear you, I understand you, and
He
then
stopped,
I'm
right?
like, here, I hear you, I understand you, like, and he's like, bro, I've been doing this and this and that. I'm like, that's good, bro. Keep it up.
Right.
And then he followed the page.
It's crazy. No, and it's crazy to think about because the more you, it's crazy to think about because the the more you pay attention to people like appropriately, the more love you give to someone,
Hmm.
they're like they don't know how to fight it. Because that's something that I learned not too long ago. Here, let's switch real quick.
It's authentic, bro. That's real.
It is.
Because everyone, you will never win an argument, bro. You're
Never.
better off listening than replying to someone that's mad at you, bro.
And it makes total sense.
And being authentic, like you really want to hear them out, bro. Like,
Right. I mean, and at the end of the day, it's basically talking to a wall. Sometimes we're like, why are you gonna try to push through a wall? It doesn't make sense to me.
mm-mm.
But now that guy is following you, that's it.
Dude,
That's
people be doing the most, like as influencers and like as people like that have like so and so whatever, like on social media.
mm,
They be like, oh, I got these much haters, like fuck them, blah blah blah. They be replying to them and stuff.
exactly, yeah.
And then I'm like, bro, you wasting your energy, bro. Straight up, like, if anything, like, yeah, you want to reply them, you could, but just be nice about it. And if
Right.
they're still hating, then just okay, just keep it pushing. Just know that you can't hate on them back, and you can't talk shit about them back because then you're just like them.
Right.
You gotta be understanding, like, hey, like it's okay. Like, not everyone's gonna like you, bro. There's 7 billion people in the world. Not
Right.
everyone. Not This is not for everyone,
Right.
I'm not for everyone, and I understand that. Like, I
Right.
hope you have a wonderful day,
Right.
and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your life. And really mean it. Don't just be like petty.
Right.
Like,
You
really
gotta.
mean it. Like, I really want you to have a wonderful life.
Well,
And I'm gonna keep going.
no, I mean that's great. I
Yeah.
mean, would you say that you have to fight hate with love?
Hate with love.
Yeah.
Man, that's a big question,
Like,
bro.
would you like no? That's not like would you? I mean, at
I
least.
think at a point you need a weapon though. In
I mean,
history, like I'm talking like just daily social interactions, or like, but if you're talking about the geopolitical social state of the world,
oh yeah,
you need to
yeah.
have a weapon on
At
you.
some point, yeah. No, I
Of
mean,
course.
if we're talking in that sense, you will always do. But let's.
But in everyday, like, social interactions, at work, or let's just say like an angry customer or someone that's hating on you, or like your brand on social media or whatever, yeah, sometimes love and like peace could take you so long,
Oh
bro.
yeah,
It,
definitely.
that's all you need, bro, honestly.
My girlfriend was talking to me about that the other day. She was telling me how like there's so much negativity. Well, not the other day. Like we've been talking about this topic for a long time, and there's so much negativity around the world. That's just
Hmm.
if we stop and pay attention to every instance of negativity, there's like 10 other positive things. It's like she told me this where tell me 5 good things that are happening right now,
Let's go
and
to
tell
the
me
left.
yeah, and then tell me 10 good things that happen throughout your day. And when you think about like, and also I think that happens a lot with like friends and stuff, where you go and talk with your friends to like let out what tardes.
Buenas tardes.
You go and let out what you want to talk about, but that's a way for you to, I don't know how to say this, desahogarte, pero it, you know you let it out, but you let out all that negativity. Like, when was the last time you sat down and talked to your girlfriend, or your girlfriend talked to you about something? Oh, this is something great that's happening in my life, rather than something. Oh, this happened at work, or oh, this happened at some point. I don't know.
Yeah.
Does that ever happen to you?
Like that she tells me something good that happens.
Yeah, something
Yeah.
good, or like, or maybe.
I think I get you. Like sometimes like it's something good that some, let's just say like your
Or no,
partner.
no, yeah,
Let's just say your
yeah,
girlfriend, your boyfriend, or let's just say even your friend or even a coworker. And
yeah,
this works with anybody because
yeah,
at the end of the day
yeah.
we're all human.
Right, 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 right,
Let's just say like someone's talking something good about their day.
right.
You listen, bro.
It,
You listen. Don't interrupt. Just you listen
right.
and be like, really like understand, like, oh yeah, like that's crazy, like you really trying to understand them because maybe you can learn something.
Yeah,
And so you listen. But even if it's something bad too, you should listen to it too,
right.
because sometimes all they want is just to let it out, bro.
It's true.
And sometimes like I had a big argument with like my girlfriend at one point, and I think I'm not gonna say the details, but
Right.
it was an argument, and why it went for so long, or why it went so like big, why it became so big, is because of my fault. It's because I was trying to solve the problem.
Right.
I was trying to give a solution.
Right.
I was trying to be like, hey, but why don't you do this? Then what? Then it's your fault, dude. All she wanted was a compassionate listener. She just wanted me to listen, and that's it. You know,
Right.
she didn't want me to solve her problems. And sometimes and then I'm like, wait, why is she like that? Because I'm like that too.
Right.
Sometimes when I tell someone my problems, I don't want them to fix it for me. I just want them to listen. And in that listening process, when they listen to me, then I can solve it myself. I'm like, oh yeah, I think because I see,
Right.
and you catch yourself.
I mean, and it makes sense. I feel like a lot of the things that me, and I agree with that. A lot of things that I try to do with my girlfriend that start arguments, like try to provide a solution right then and there,
Mm,
rather than more just like, because a lot of times she's giving me her opinion and her thoughts, so she's not asking me for my opinion. She's just like
yeah.
wants a shoulder to cry on, or like just someone to rely on, just to let things out. And that's perfectly fine with me. Like before, some things would happen to me too. Like there would be arguments about things, and I'm like, that's not even worth to argue. Like, why stop and argue? And I could just give more dopamine to my brain by like listening to a song and dance with it or something like that.
Uh-huh.
But moving on from the social aspect of our life that make a difference, because all of this makes a difference
It does.
with the people that you're surrounded
And
with.
that you're working with, bro.
Yes.
Trust me.
Mm,
Because if you just don't listen, bro, how you gonna work with people, bro?
exactly. How do you expect?
And if you don't work with people, I'm sorry, if you
No,
don't
go
work
ahead.
with people, bro, how are you gonna achieve amazing things?
Exactly.
Bro?
And how do you expect people to listen to you if you don't listen? That's something that my mom taught me. Coño, ¿cómo quieres que te oiga si tú no me dejas a mí, caretabla? You know, my mom would tell me things like that, or my sister. They're huge influences on me. I love them both, and I definitely see a lot of like the teenage
You
me
want to keep
being a
walking
mess.
forward, or
No,
make a right?
hell,
Make a
no,
right.
heck no. I saw that. I mean, I'm not under that bridge. That thing is scary. I don't know if you can see, but that under that bridge is scary. At least to me. I mean, I haven't been here in a while. But let's talk about this apartment. Do you remember when they were building these and we would run around the school?
Yeah, now they're made.
Now they're made. They're like sick. It smells like it smells kind of bad, but whatever.
Yeah.
In terms
Sounds
of
like your mamá. She was saying, there you go. Si no, ¿cómo quieres que te escuche a ti si tú no me escuchas a mí?
yeah,
That's very true. You gotta treat others how you want to be treated. You gotta do unto others what you want to do, what you want others to do to you.
as always, as
That's a
always.
magic rule. Some people forget about that. You know?
Let's talk about your corporate, like not corporate, because at the end of the day, you are your own corporation. However, you don't seek a specific, you don't seek a broad demographic. Something that I like had in the back of my mind, it was or talk about like those big company names that are out there that don't have a specific demographic, but that they get a couple hundred millions from people, of course, from their sales and stuff, and then, but then they want to target demographics and like pressure it. I don't know if that makes sense. Yeah, let's move a little to the side so this guy can pass. So it's crazy to think that a lot of these big name companies will do things and collabs so that they can see that they're inclusive or to see that they're like listening to people when in reality it's more like you're forcing in a way for those people to listen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Barrio Athletics at some point will become a corporation? Not like that, where like you take or you just like generalize the public that you wanted to go into, or more so like, yeah, like you're welcome to come into Barrio Athletics at any times, if that makes sense. Like, do you see yourself, of course, as a big name company, big brand, big name, but also appropriately inclusive? Like you're actively listening rather than, oh yeah, I'm just doing this for the sake of making money.
Yeah. I think when something becomes bigger, obviously you're gonna have more complaints. You know,
Right.
you're gonna have more people that have complaints or like issues with what you're the service that you're providing. You know,
Right.
so I think for me, sometimes even right now, like sometimes I get a bunch of text messages like do, and sometimes I can't respond to all of them. You know,
Right.
but when you become bigger, you need kind of like a team. You know, and
Right.
you would want someone that you trust to respond to those messages and really understand all the complaints that people are giving you and really listen and take it into consideration in order to see like how you could fix it.
There was paint
That's
on that freaking.
crazy.
That's
You
insane.
wanna-
Yeah. No, but like there's nothing that says fresh paint. It's paint. I'm like, it's great and it looks weird, but I'm like, no, it's paint.
Who got paint on his hands?
What? It's cool. This is good
Bro.
additive for the podcast. Sorry, Tree. Thank you, Tree. All right.
That's crazy. But yeah, like what I was saying is like you gotta really listen to people
Let's turn here.
in order to be better for next time.
Right.
Because those are your people that trust you. Those are your supporters, you know?
Yeah.
Like if you don't like listen, if you don't treat your people right, they're not gonna be your people, bro. They're gonna go on to the next thing.
I always go. Yeah,
And-
we always go back to listening because this just makes sense the most. Right?
Yeah, and I think you said like a big corporation, like if the inclusivity. I think we're just trying to put the best piece of whether it's content, whether it's a piece of clothing, whether it's like photography,
Right.
anything. We're just trying to put the best content out there.
Right.
And whoever messes with it, then they mess with it.
Right.
That's our inclusivity.
Right.
Sometimes it is exclusivity because sometimes maybe some people don't respond to it well.
Right.
It's not for everyone. If you like it, then you're welcome. But we're not forcing you to come support us.
Right.
And if you don't like it, then you don't like it, bro.
Right.
It's okay, you know.
And even if you don't have the access to,
Yeah.
sorry to cut you off, and even if you don't have the access to support or to be a part of it, it's more like you're never gonna force people to like something because I
Exactly,
knowing
bro.
you like, but I'm pretty sure people will love it because knowing you is just like it's amazing. You know the more we talk about because every now and then I remember we went on a run. We did what? No, we didn't do 10 miles a day. We did like 7 miles or something like that.
Hmm.
And I remember after I ran, Henry, Eric, another cool friend of mine. I'm also gonna interview Eric, by the way.
That's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy. Well, I hope I do. He hasn't answered to that yet. So Eric, if you hear this, please, 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 please. Um, but it's just we were just talking. It was so fluid, and I was like, oh wow, like having not only you in the podcast would be great, but also just like talking with your friends. You know, we don't talking and listening with your friends because a lot of times, and that chat wasn't like us complaining about life or complaining about X, Y, and Z. It was us talking about how we how we felt as people, how we've grown so much, and how we've grown together. Because Eric did his thing, which I'll talk about in another video. Yo, yo, yo. Thank
Good
you. Good
afternoon,
afternoon, too.
boss.
Good afternoon.
Ah, fuck the homie,
Look at
dude.
this! Oh,
That's
that
crazy,
is
bro.
crazy. Look, Barrio Athletics. That's what's up. That's what's
Hey,
up. That's what's
how's your
up.
day going, boss? What you doing? Working
Yeah.
early morning, huh?
Oh shit!
That's
Appreciate
how
it,
he is.
man.
Hey,
Ooh.
for the new what? Oh, for real. I gotta. Yeah, I got it, man. I gotta edit that, bro. Yeah. I appreciate it, man. No, I see. You gave the money for your kid. Yeah, for the homie. Yeah, yeah. Jeez. Hey, but for next time though, huh?
Something,
Oh,
something you want to say?
yeah.
Anything else you'd like to share?
It's up to you.
Yeah, if you want to share it.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Yeah. Yeah, no,
Thank
it
you.
wouldn't be possible without you, bro.
Thank you
Honestly,
so much.
without you pulling up with your kids, bro.
Thank you
Honestly,
so much.
y'all will make this possible, bro. Straight up, I'm being for real. No, of
Thank you,
course, man.
man.
Yeah, of course.
You too,
Likewise,
man.
brother.
Likewise.
You just got out the job right now? Or are you going? Okay, for sure.
Wow, thank you. That's
Good
great,
luck
man.
with that, brother. Have fun, okay? Yeah.
Yeah, watch out the wire. You have a
Uh,
good
you're
one.
good. So that's
That's
insane.
that's that's
Well, that's
exactly
real,
what we were
bro.
just
That's what I'm
talking
telling you.
about. That's exactly what we were just talking about.
That's crazy.
Is the reach that you have, man. So you see that? So right now, let's stop and smell the
That is
flowers.
wild.
Like sing that in. How you feel?
I feel like, bro, it wouldn't be possible without the homie. Straight up, like none of this would be possible without him, bro. And without everyone that comes out to the run meets, while everyone like liking the post, while everyone commenting the photo, like this ain't about me, bro.
It ain't.
It ain't.
It's
It's about y'all.
it's about the community.
It's
It's about
about
us. It's about because you're in it too. So
it's
I would say
about
it's
like
about
the
us.
community that people like about it. Is the community of Barrio Athletics? Is the people that like it, that
Right.
like the movement, that support it.
Right.
It's for y'all. It's not for anything else.
Right. Let's stop right here. I'm just gonna like put this in the tripod mode, like that we can talk. We'll go into the last couple of questions in a moment. I don't want it to be. I don't want the vlog, the podcast to be super long.
Not for sure.
But
How much minutes have we been talking? Like 30?
40 actually.
40?
We're
Okay,
we're
geez.
about to have 40 minutes,
All right,
so
fuck it then.
we'll wrap it up in a little bit.
Yeah, we could wrap it up whenever you want.
I just want to pull up a couple questions. Then this notebook is supposed to be a climbing notebook, but I was like, you know what? The climb is to reach what I want with the people that I talk with. So this, for
That's
example,
crazy.
I'm.
Hold on.
Though you want to like if you take a look at it, it's like, oh, what route did you climb? What day was it?
Yeah.
How was the weather? It's crazy. But in this case, some of the questions that I have for you already broke down, right? So one question for bioathletics: do you? And I'm gonna hold the mic so that it sounds better because there's a little wind.
Yeah.
Do you think that at some point you'll add on a sponsor to Barrio Athletics? Like, for example, if we talk about one of the coolest run clubs that I've seen is Draw Dog. You know, aside from Barrio Athletics is one of the coolest ones I've seen too. But Raw Dog, the owners are sponsored by Gymshark, if I'm not mistaken. So, would you ever at some point be willing to collab with those brands, or like allow yourself to say, or like seek that sponsorship from another brand. I'm not gonna say other brands like other big brands, but you know what I'm saying? Do you know what
Yeah.
I'm talking about?
I think that's an excellent question. I just think I just can't speak on it right now because I don't know.
Mm,
Because like when people reach out, usually they reach out and they give you like the proposal, like of
right,
like how's the collaboration going to go. You
right,
know, so for me, I don't have that yet, so I can't really speak on like, oh, like I would be down or I wouldn't. But if like the right proposal was brought up to
right,
us and it was beneficial for everybody,
right.
then perfect.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That sounds beautiful. And now, question for you:
Uh huh.
what's one of your most memorable memories from high school?
Memorable memories in high school. I think the one that first comes to me is when I was like doing a workout in track, and we were so tired, bro. And then my coach said, "Hey, if Norma beats y'all, bro, you're gonna do another one, dude."
No,
I had nothing left in the tank, bro, and you were there.
I remember.
And then I was like in the finish, and I was like, they're like, if she beats you, Norma, she's like the fastest girl in LA, bro.
Yeah,
At the time, she had like
yeah,
a 5 minute mile,
yeah. And
5 minute 4 seconds, I think.
right now she's I don't know she was I think she's in Merced or something
I
like that.
think so. But they said if she beats me, bro, then
Yeah.
dude, we're gonna have to do one all over again.
No, that's
So dude, then I booked it. Everything I got, she almost beat me, bro. I barely beat her, but dude, I fainted right at the finish line, bro.
it's
And then I
crazy.
went to the bathroom, which I went back, and I was just on the floor, like I was just like seeing stars. And then my one of my coach came, he was like, "Bro, you okay? Like here's a coke." And
Your
I'm like,
football coach, yeah,
"Yeah,
yeah.
my football coach." And then I think that was the most memory because it's like I had nothing left in the tank, and I still gave it.
That was freaking great. I remember that workout. We were doing 300s that day.
Insane.
That's one of my favorite workouts. That's
I think
insane.
I think that would be the most memorable, dude.
That's
Even more
beautiful.
than graduation.
I mean, dude, whenever you think about it, it's like, yeah, graduation was cool and stuff,
Yeah.
you know. I bet I don't even remember. You know how we had to pick a song or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't remember the freaking song that we picked. Like
Nah.
it's not like at the end of the day that's what matters, you know.
Yeah, bro.
There's this anime that says we came to win, we or we don't care about the memories, or you can
Yeah.
keep your memories and something like that.
Yeah.
Some memories are cool to keep
Yeah.
to keep, but some other memories are just like why, you know, like
Yeah.
leave space in your brain for something
Mhm.
that matters more. But it's been a pleasure, you know. You're a very 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 good and close friend of mine. This
Mhm.
has been awesome. Everything, you know, I don't want to say, oh, everything went exactly how I wanted to go out, because I had like the question. It was very scattered in terms of questions, but it was as fluid as I wanted it to be. I don't think there was a point where I was just like, oh no, this is we're making this happen. It was more so like,
Mhm.
oh, it's happening and it feels smooth. Like I just started recording out of nowhere. So personally, I want to thank you as a friend, as Henry,
Mhm.
as a brand for Barrio Athletics. I wish nothing but the best and success and thrive, because I see that happening.
Mhm.
How you doing, brother? And
Mhm.
it's just mind-boggling. I hope you keep inspiring people just like you inspiring me. Um, the link to his website will be in the description, as well as, well, you give a shout out earlier in the video. Do you want to give some last shout outs before you do? And if anything, we'll add them too in the. I'll put them in the link.
I think the only shout outs is that I could think of one is to you, bro. Like I appreciate you for having me, taking time out of your day, bro. Because time is valuable. Time is more valuable than gold, and you're spending it with me, so that means a lot. You
I,
know, so I really appreciate that, bro. You know what I mean? And I think the only thing I want to do is ask a question to the next person you're gonna interview.
okay.
I think that'd be cool, huh?
All right, go for it. What's the question?
I think the question is if you could go back to your late teenage years, like your early 20s, what would you do differently? Like, what would you tell yourself
Okay.
from what you know now to your younger self?
All right, so the next person I'm interviewing, I'm making sure I ask the question. It's a lovely question, by the
That's
way.
cool, yeah.
Thank you so much. This was Win, well, also known as Airflow. I still trying to figure out the name situation, but we're making it happen. Peace out.
That's crazy.